So we're about to go hike up the fortress that I showed you yesterday, and maybe it doesn't look like much, or maybe it looks like a little bit of much, but it's a lot. So, milk chocolate. This, my friends, is the best chocolate in the world. The Freya milk chocolate. But more famous than Freya milk chocolate, which you really, really want this if you're a chocolate fiend. And I'm not saying it just because I'm Norwegian, but Kvikk Lunsj. So Kvikk Lunsj is what they would give kids every day in their lunchbox. It is basically what Kit Kat was based on, only Kit Kat wishes it was Kvikk Lunsj. And the other significance of Kvikk Lunsj is when any Norwegian goes hiking, they would stick a Kvikk Lunsj, an orange, and a thermos of coffee in their backpack. And that was good for the day. Kvikk Lunsj. All right, let's go up the mountain to the fortress. Okay, we're headed up to the fortress. But I thought I'd show you all what this looks like in the daylight. Much different. Much different. There's the town square. And then there's like another town square across the little bridge, which I'll show you later. But way up there in the distance, at the top of the hill, that's the fortress. And that's where we're headed. Or, you can also use that as scale. So off we go. Follow us. Okay, so we made it up this far, right? And then this is where we're going. Through the arch. All the way up to the fortress. And it's really cold. I love it. Some other people here don't love it as much as me. Makes me feel alive. It's alive. But I just love this. All right. Next step. Okay, I'm not there yet. We're going up there. But this is the path that Charles the 12th of Sweden took, where he was repelled by the Norwegian army. And there is Halden downtown, which is kind of a neat view from here. But we will continue on the path of Charles the 12th. It's funny, there was a placard about his mother, the mother of, I guess it might have been Charles the 12th. And she was saying, if my son hadn't married that Danish princess, none of this would have happened. I could have picked a better bride for him. And as someone who married a Danish princess, I will not go as far to say I concur, but I understand. Oh, look at this. That's just awesome. So yeah, now we're getting into the fortress. So more in a minute. Okay, so you can see the arch way down there. Last we checked in, came up the trail. It said Charles the 12th, but I could have sworn it was Carl Gustaf the 12th. Maybe they're translating it or something for tourists, but he was the Swedish king that just wouldn't let up until he took over all of Norway, which they already controlled in 1712. They tried to invade Halden down here in 1709, and just to show you how committed these people are, two sisters burned the town to the ground because it was all wood back then, rather than be invaded and taken over by the Swedish. And there's a statue erected to those two sisters in town. And then they rebuilt the town, and Carl Gustaf XII came back 3 years later. And that's when this fortress, and Norway defeated him. So let's go see the fortress. All right, look at that view right down here, the white building on the left. Was the commandant building. And this was the second munitions building. The first one burned down. And in World War II, the Nazis took over and put prisoners of war in there. And so just to give you an idea of the scale of this place, it's freaking awesome. And we have more to explore, so come with us. Look at these massive iron doors. Now we're leaving the commandant area and the munitions area are behind us. And we're walking out into the sunlight. Don't be blinded. Don't be blinded. But here is the outer area. And the cannons, they still use those cannons like on July 4th, not because of America's independence, but because July 4th is the Queen's birthday. They set these cannons off. And probably those two over there on that turret. And we're going to walk around a bit and show you some more. They do concerts out here. Sometimes really, really big ones. So hang on. Now, obviously, the fortress is more for tourists today. Some of that has to do with the legend and the myth. One thing is for sure, that this is the fortress where Norway won its independence from Sweden. The thing we don't know, and I wondered whether maybe that was the turret area or whether it's on another part of the fortress where the White Lady myth comes from. And the White Lady pushed a soldier, an officer, off of the tower. Oh, some people say in the 1700s, some people say in the early 1800s. And that soldier fell to his death, boom. And they didn't find him for a while, but many people reported seeing her, the ghost of her, for many, many years afterwards. So this is the view from just below that point. I think that's where it is. And you can see the inner harbor, the Inderhaven, that I showed you last night, and a little bit this morning in the light. And we're pretty far up there. But yeah, the White Lady myth is what I based my opera on. And we'll talk about that more later. I'm working on that right now. I mean, it's completely written. I just haven't finished recording it yet. But this is the fortress, and the White Lady is the story that it's based on. So we'll continue. And so, my friends, we have reached the top. That might be the guard tower where the White Lady tossed the dude. Come to think of it, that sort of makes sense, because that's like the tippy. There's only one spot that might be higher, which is that mound back there, and I have no idea what that's for. It's an enveloping. It's probably where more guns were. So this is the top, and it's tippy. There's the town below us. You got the Norske Skog, Norwegian wood in the middle there, that white building. And then the rest of the town, the trains, train station, hotels. The charming old town is more over here. And here are more cannons that, again, are all set off July 4th for the Queen's birthday. They probably set off for the King's birthday, but I've never been here for that. I've been here twice or three times. Also for 17. Mai, right? 17. Mai is Norwegian Independence Day, which is why we're here at the fortress. So the 17th of May, for sure. I've been here a few times, and I'm coming back in the spring of 2026. In May of 2026, I want to be here for 17. Mai because the parades with the bunads are amazing. The bunads is the traditional dress, the historical dress. And there you have it, my friends. Halden, Norway, and the Fredriksten Festning. Oh, and by the way, I was correct. This highest point, another cannon. I guess this is the long-range cannon that you fire when you can't see. You just fire indiscriminately. So this is really the tippy top, I guess. Oh, and there's Norske Skog. Yeah, so that's Norske Skog. Maybe this cannon. It's impressive to still have the old cannons that work. That's Norske Skog. Norwegian wood. Isn't it good? And it doesn't smell. I guess in the old days it used to. We did a photo shoot with the Black Country there. You might be able to find that if you look hard enough. There's a bunch of stuff. So this is absolutely the highest point. And yeah, there you go. The Fredriksten Festning. Oh yeah, and in case I didn't mention, it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not really sure what that is Celsius, but it's chilly. So this was a chilly hike, but I thought you'd all enjoy it. And now I'm going to go have some hot chocolate. The only problem is it's all the way back down there. Okay, see y'all later.